this video demonstration, I'm going to show you how to make a card using JND474, which is the Holly Wreath die. There's already a video on this one, but there is a second piece in this die set that I think is really worth highlighting. So in the die, you get the beautiful wreath on the outside. You also get this beautiful sort of badge embellishment piece in the middle, as well as the 6 pieces of holly in here. And I want to show you how we can actually tie this in with other dies to actually make a beautiful card. So what I've done is I've already started on this one, and I've taken the individual wreath, and all I've done is cut that out, and then I've taken 2 of my plain circle dies. So these can come from the rest of the Christmas collection, which has dies this size, or you can use your nesting dies in here. So to give you the accurate sizing on this one, your largest die is a 4-inch circle, and the smaller circle in this one is a 3-inch circle. So you get a 1/2-inch circle all the way around. So we've cut those together to give us this beautiful wreath. And then all I'm going to do is I've taken a piece here of our silver waterfall glitter card, and I've cut this to a 5-inch square. And you're simply going to adhere that on. I would use either glue glaze or spray glue on this one, so that it's actually properly fixed down, because we're going to die cut with it in place. And there is actually a trick in here I wanted to show you. There is a top section to this, and you'll see that there is 3 little dots. If I bring that closer to the camera, there are 3 little dots by 2 holly leaves, and that goes all the way around. But in the central section, you actually have 3 sets of holly, or 3 sets of berries at the top and the bottom. So if you did want an accurate top and bottom, they are there in that. So we'll stick those on that way onto our piece of card and adhere it down, which is what I've got just here. Then we're going to take the next sort of embellishment or badge section from this, and you're going to match this up and drop this into the space. Now the way to tie this together, to make sure this is straight, you use this little section here, which is like a triangle, against these 3 dots. That matches top and bottom. You can tape that down and run that through your die cutting machine, and it will be completely even. You don't want to looking at the wrong sort of piece. So I'm going to add that through, and we'll run that through our die cutting machine. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to run that through and show you. So I've got that in place. I'm just going to pop this through my Kaleido. So simply run that through, and I'm going forward and back a couple of times because I'm using the waterfall glitter card. And you'll see here as I pop that off, all of those pieces are cut and embossed in, and you would simply then just take each piece out. If you struggle on this, so if you see here, it isn't cutting properly. This is what I wanted to show you. So what you do with the glitter card is we put that back into place, we're clicking it back in. So this is what you would do at first. And you cut down onto a metal shim. And that's always the best advice whenever you're using our waterfall glitter card or any coated card. Cut down onto your plate, add your top plate, and we'll run that through. And by finishing off against the metal shim, we increase the pressure in the sandwich, but we also make sure that you get a really clean cut line. So we take that, and you see there, every piece just literally starts to completely drop out really simply, and it's nice and even. So I've got a piece here that I've already done, and that's what happens when it cuts. And all I've done is add a few little crystal gems from Crafts 2 on top of there. I've foam mounted this across each of the 4 sides, and I've put a little bit in the middle, so that again it doesn't dip in the center, as we don't want that. And then it's going on to a matten layer that is 5 3/4 inches by 5 3/4 inches on a 6-inch card blank. And I'm just going to pop that into place. And you can see that even with that plain background, it's not too thick for postage, but it has a really nice sort of very simple look. So something very, very easy to do. So I'm just then going to use the holly that comes with the set. So I'm going to use the 6 pieces of holly. So I'm just going to arrange those. And these are beautiful in the waterfall glitter card, because what happens is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, there we go, 6 pieces. I always cut too much, is that all of the pieces emboss beautifully into the card. So the best way to stick these down is to just take a little bit of glue on your mat, and then I'm just going to dip the end in and arrange these again in my classic way of doing it. I always seem to do this top right, bottom left. So I'm just going to pop 2 in like that. Take a third one. If you struggle, use a pair of tweezers. And we put that in there. I'm going to do exactly the same on the bottom left. Again, keeping it around this little wreath circle. Dipping it into the glue and balancing that out. And we'll take this final slightly smaller one. Again, drop that in just like that. And then I've got 2 of the individual smallest frost flowers made up. Again, I've folded the petals out and I put a little crystal in the middle. So again, let's just drop the base in and we'll pop those over our holly. Just like that. And then what I'm going to do to put a sentiment into there is I'm actually going to use some peel-offs. And peel-offs are perfect for this. We always forget these. These ones I got from the Art of Craft. So I'm just going to do Christmas. And I'm doing silver on silver. I'm keeping all of this card silver and white. So I think silver on silver just looks absolutely beautiful. So I've got there my happy. And again, when it catches the light, you'll just see that happy Christmas going across the middle. And it works perfectly. So a simple card with just a little bit of die cutting that can be made very, very quickly. This is one of your great batch cards to do, made using the JND474 Holly Wreath die set. For more ideas, hints, tips and inspiration, why not visit the Crafting with John next door and Crafts2 group on Facebook. Enjoy.